Welcome to Bottles and Broomsticks, a monthly podcast exploring the magical lifestyle, witchcraft practices, and storytelling traditions, all through a beginner friendly lens. I'm Bree, and my co host Kelly and I bring warmth, curiosity, and approachable magic to each episode. Each month, we share practical tips, simple spells, and enchanting folklore to help you bring more magic, intention, and wonder into everyday life. So fill your glass and grab your broom, and let's get started. Well, hello.
Hello, hello.
Cheers. And
Cheers.
happy Tuesday,
Tuesday.
not
Yes.
Friday.
No, yeah, we're off schedule today.
Usually you do this on Friday, but nothing wrong with a Tuesday beer.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
right.
Right? So before we get into our episode, welcome back to Bottles and Broomsticks. How was your Samhain, your Halloween weekend?
Oh, it was great. It was great. Oh
Yeah,
my
lots of
God.
fun with the kids.
Lots of fun with the kids. And when things quieted down, did my ritual for my new year. Had that all set.
Nice.
Yes. How was yours?
It was good. It was so peaceful. I did a little ancestral dinner, just me sitting there in some peace and quiet, thinking about grandma who's
Oh,
passed, set up a place setting for her, just hoping to commune with her. So it was really nice, like, a way to reflect on some memories. It was fun,
good.
but very peaceful.
Very peaceful.
Yes.
Yes. Very.
So now that Samhain is over,
Mhm.
a lot of people take this time to reset their altar. So today we're going to talk about setting up your altar or your sacred space, which is so much fun. It's like my
It
favorite
is
thing to do.
fun. It is fun.
Yep. So first, if you're new to the practice or you have no idea what we're talking about, altars span pretty much most religions and spiritual practices.
Mhm.
But for witchcraft, it is that designated space that you're going to use to do any rituals, spells, or even just like have a reflective moment throughout your day.
Right.
Um, the important thing, probably one of the most important things about your altar, is it should be in a space that is peaceful and calm, or that speaks to you, like the energy just works with you.
Hmm.
Maybe just like a corner that you gravitate to out of comfort or peace in your home.
Right.
Um, or it could be outdoors as well. There's a lot of people that set up outdoor altars. So it's one of those things, there's no real rules or anything like that, but there are some basics and traditions that people do tend to include in their altar setup.
Right.
So, again, this is one of those things that it's totally on you and what speaks to you, but we're just going to go through some of the basics of what people would normally put on
Yes.
there.
You
Yep.
can see
So,
mine over my
yes.
shoulder.
And mine's actually behind me.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes. So to start with, obviously, any small table, shelf, anything like that'll do. If you're outside a tree stump or just a clearing, you can set it up there. I've seen people where they do it in actual like flower beds outside, which I think is so
Oh,
cute.
that is
Um,
nice. Yes.
yeah,
That's
I love that. The next thing you'll probably want, and I use one, is an altar cloth. It helps create a boundary within your working space. And also, if you're a messy candle lighter like I am, it catches all the wax and ashes. So that's good to
right.
have.
And hopefully
um,
don't burn your house down.
which I'm trying really hard not to. But, but you also want to use, when you're thinking about your altar, colors and textures that work for you and what kind of energy you want to create. So if you're looking more for abundance, you can put down green altar cloths. Or if you're looking for a place that's more of a clarity and calming, you can use blue. Use colors and textures that speak to you.
Right.
Traditionally, and I'm going to look at my notes because bad memory,
No,
but
yeah.
a lot of witches like to include the five elements on their altar. And those elements are going to be spiritual at the top, then air, water, earth, and fire.
Right.
They each do different things, and including them all on your altar, for some people, is the belief of just creating balance with
Right.
your work. Leaving something out they feel could make a piece missing in whatever they're doing.
Hmm.
So I'm just going to go through kind of what you can do for each one and why we put it on there. Mom's going to go ahead and take care of the spiritual, but we're going to go ahead. I'm going to start with air.
Okay.
So
Which
we have
one?
a represent. Yep. So we have a representation of air that is supposed to bring us some clarity, some thoughts, some inspiration. So that's why that's included. You can use things like feather, your incense burners. Some people put bells, little
Yes.
witch bells on their altar. Handwritten notes are good for that as well. So
Oh,
if you have like little love letters or something, that falls under air.
what?
Those beautiful fans, the hand
Oh,
fans.
nice. What do
I
you
love
have?
when you see
What
those.
What is your error?
I have a parrot feather and a crow feather on
Oh,
my altar. Yep, I used to work in a place that had a parrot and he would drop feathers.
oh, that is
And
so.
I went to go clean his cage one day and he dropped a feather, so I grabbed it.
Oh, I
Yep,
have I have hummingbird feathers.
yep. I love your Hummers. Oh my
I
God, they're
know.
so
I know.
pretty.
I
And
know.
we have a special connection, each of us. We love our hummingbirds. So that's another thing about setting up your altar. Like, don't just put stuff on there willy-nilly. Make sure it speaks to you.
Hmm.
We love birds. I love my crows. I love my hummers. You love your hummingbirds. So that's
Yeah.
a great incorporation for the air element.
Right.
Um, Also, any airy herbs like lavender, sage, or mint, those can fall under the air category. And then, of course, your crystals, probably your basic clear quartz would take care of your air element.
Hmm.
The next one would be earth, which represents grounding, stability, growth, and abundance. It's pretty simple. Rocks, dirt, sand. Maybe you collected sand on a beach,
Right.
which technically is illegal in a lot of places. So don't tell anybody I told you that. Um, you can include a small bowl of salt. Obviously, your crystals,
Yes.
plants, and flowers. Those
Nice.
are a great addition to your altar for earth. I also read that you can use coins, seeds, or any grains,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
which I found really interesting.
that makes sense. Does
Yep.
does dust count?
Yes, dust probably counts. It comes from earth.
There you go. I'm covered.
This, like, you could, if you find a really cool pine cone on a walk or
Oh,
some
yeah,
acorn.
yeah.
Right now, I have a cauldron full of salt and an acorn. And those are
Oh,
my earth additions. What do you have?
I have salt in my cauldron that you see, and
Mhm.
I have a quartz crystal like hole, like rock that was split in half for me. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Great representation.
and a lot of house dust.
Yes. And I went out of order. Water should have been next. So we're going to back up.
So,
There is an order to the elements. Not everybody uses it. So I was trying to keep them in order, but Tuesday beers. I mean,
that,
so your water element is going to represent your emotion, your intuition. It's for
mhm,
flow, for cleansing. Again, pretty simple. You can use any type of water, your
mhm.
moon water that maybe you put out under the full moon. Melted snow is one of
Oh,
my favorites in the winter.
well, yeah.
Rainwater. Yeah.
Mhm.
You can also use things like seashells or beach glass or driftwood, which I actually really wish I had some because I like that idea of
That,
incorporating
yeah,
that.
right. That'd be
Yeah.
nice, right?
Yeah. I also read where some people put a little vial of perfume or essential oils
Oh,
to represent the water element.
okay.
Um, and then a mirror, not just great for scrying, but also part of the water representation.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
yep.
Nice.
And then, of course, your blue agates, your aquamarines, anything blue in a crystal, gonna
Okay.
go great with that.
Hmm.
And then, of course, we have fire. Fire.
Well, wait, what's your water element?
Oh, I don't have any right now because I just used the last of it, but usually it's moon water.
Yeah, okay. That's what I have. Yeah.
I see your jar back there,
Yeah.
your little bottle. Yep.
Dollar Tree.
I have the same exact one actually, literally, because
And
I go
again,
to Dollar Tree
this
too.
does not have to be expensive to do.
Again, we keep talking about these things. Most of them you're going to find on the ground if you take a
Mm-hmm.
walk.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
So we have fire next. This is going to be energy. This is creativity, passion, transformation. Most people use candles. Obviously, I have like 6 candles on my altar, which is why we're trying not to burn down the house. Um,
Your tapestry starts smoking as we
like, oh God.
no.
But you can also just use lighters or matches, anything that creates fire counts. I read, which I think is really cute, using any charms that are shaped like the sun or
Oh,
gold
that's
jewelry.
nice. Yeah.
If you have
Okay.
pieces of gold jewelry that means something to you, you
Hmm.
could put that on there. Even a picture of a sunset works.
Oh, okay.
Um, Anything that evokes that sort of feeling. You can also use cloves, cinnamon sticks, and chili peppers
Oh, wow.
as a representation and as your offering. And then, of course, it's going to be your red and orange stones, your jaspers, carnelians,
Okay. Yeah, that
tiger's
makes sense.
eye.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So that's the 4 basic elements. And then Ma's going to come in, jump in with some of the more spiritual tools that you can include on your altar.
You can. Real quick note though. One thing I want to point out is you do change out your altar.
I do, and not everybody does.
No, I
Um,
don't. You like doing that, and that again is something you can do for per the season. Uh,
if you're feeling it.
if you're feeling it, yes. So you can change them up. Other things you can add the wand, which
Mhm.
most people aren't going to do. You can even make your own wand. Like you said,
Yes.
if you're out walking, you see a stick or something that just really looks interesting, make it your wand.
Yep.
Um,
Add some crystals and some paint, a couple
yeah,
of feathers. You got a
exactly.
wand.
Right. It may not work like the whole Harry Potter thing, but hey, and that's to direct the energy. But again, is not needed. These things are not needed. One is an athame, which is a knife. You don't use it for cooking or anything. It's just for your altar. And you
No
use
animal
that?
sacrifice.
No, no, let's not.
That's not what it's for.
That's not what it's for. That's for your and again, I'm kind of looking at notes too. That's for your power, your protection, and it cuts through illusion.
Mm,
So again, if
I like
your
that.
intention and you can use that to also like you want to direct the intention.
Gotcha.
Another thing that, and I have both a wand and an athame. This one I used to have, I don't, because my altar was getting crowded.
Yeah.
It was just getting a little too busy as a chalice.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, and that's again intuition, that's emotion, and again that's have a little
Not
wand,
necessary. But
have a
it would
little
be a
wand.
great I like things that have more than one purpose. So if I had a chalice, that would probably be what I would put my water in, you
Oh,
know,
there you, yeah,
or
yeah.
salt, you know,
Oh, yeah, you could do
or
that.
get another candle.
Right. She does not have enough on her altar. Just say we
I'm
love
looking
our
like the Catholic
crystals.
Church up in here.
And it talks about the crystals, which again, like you said, you can put any crystals
Mhm.
that just you need for whatever your intention is for that moment or for a time span if you feel like you need some protection.
Right.
or, oh, here's another one. Here's another one. The mortar and pestle.
Oh, I love that addition. Yes. Yes. I have one, not on my altar, but it has lived on the altar for a period of time here and there, depending on what's going on. But I
See,
love it.
and that's creation, that's blending, that's transformation.
This is great for if you're, say, you're doing a little spell in your cauldron and you need a mix of herbs, and you got your mortar and pestle right there. You can
Right,
get them all blended up,
right.
put them in your cauldron, and complete your
Yeah, and you
ritual.
can blend and they do have you can do an offering bowl, but to me, that's kind of the same thing as my cauldron. And I
Yeah.
know I don't, we could be totally off base with that one, but that's just me and that's how I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
And
that's the whole deal behind an altar.
And another thing they're saying, which again, I wouldn't have room for, maybe you do, your Book of Shadows, because again, as you're doing a ritual or a spell, you want to write that down because some spells and rituals and that don't work right away
Right.
because maybe the intention wasn't fully that. So you want to kind of track what you're doing
Right.
and
Yep.
see if that gave you the results that you wanted.
Yep. Exactly. It's
And
a good, like,
not like the journals we were talking about in the last episode.
these are things you actually fill
You,
out.
you actually write down, kind of like a recipe book. Okay, I did this and this and this.
Mhm.
You know.
That's how I think of it, is like a recipe book.
Hmm.
And it's literally how I write it. A
Oh
pinch of
yeah,
this, a dash of this, blend
yeah,
it, burn it, and that's how it's written.
right, exactly, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Um, One thing I want to touch on that when you were talking in the beginning about altars, and you can put them wherever you want them to be. Some people don't have room. I don't have room. My altar is in my office where I work. So if you see the salt lamp, the Himalayan salt lamp,
Yep.
you should include that because that because work is so mental and
Mhm.
so kind of chaotic, it kind of balances the vibe.
Mhm.
So this is kind of where I work. That's my altar. I want to balance that vibe and keep peace, separate the work and the spirit. So
Yep.
that's why that's there.
That's a great addition. I also feel like too, if you can't afford a Himalayan salt lamp or you just don't have space for it, for me, I include plants because
Plants,
plants
yes,
absorb
plants
so
will
much
work too.
energy.
They do.
I feel like that's kind of the protection on my side. So like I have one of my African violets that I stick
Right.
up there.
Well, in a
Uh,
lot of which again, you kind of have to be careful of, a lot of my salt lamps have come from one of my favorite places, Goodwill. I'm a thrift, I'm a thrifter, and
She's a heavy thrifter, yes.
I have salt lamps in every room, multiple in every room. You can find them and they're not expensive. You do
Mhm.
need to make sure it's a true Himalayan salt lamp, but and then a lot of them don't come with a bulb and the cord and all that, and now those you can order really cheap. So just for people
Right.
out there, if you want one, try the Goodwill.
Yep. And if not, get yourself a plant.
Get yourself a plant. Yeah, I have that too. I have like a whole barrier thing going on.
She's like protection, protection, protection.
Oh God, I'm all about protection. Yes.
But that's a lot you can already include in your space. Some other things that I was reading, which I just thought were cool, if you
Uh-huh.
have them laying around, photos of your ancestors, or I've seen where people maybe they lost a pet.
Oh,
Will include photos, especially around Samhain, in those times where ancestral work is kind of,
right.
what you're trying to do. A lot of people will put their deck of tarot cards or oracle cards, their rune stones or their pendulums, any divination tools. They'll stick on their altar. Um, Journals. I could have a stack of like 20 over here.
And the sale will be coming soon.
And also just little trinkets that maybe somebody gave you something and you don't know where to put it, but it's special to you because it was a gift.
Right.
Um, I have these two tiny little wire chairs with a bottle cap seat that my son Brendan gave to me at some point. And sometimes those make their little appearance on the altar because they're just
Oh,
little trinkets that mean something to me. You
right.
know, could be anything. Somebody handed me one of those rubber ducks that you give out to people with Jeeps. I
Really?
don't know. I was at a gas station and he was like, "There's no Jeeps here. Here, take this duck." And like, I don't know, it was a weird like connection, but I was like, I'm going to stick it on the altar and see what happens.
Oh, that makes me think of a question for you.
Uh-huh.
And I will say it this time. Um, sorry. When somebody gives you something or you bring something home, like say when I bring something home from the Goodwill, do you cleanse it before you put it on your altar or
It
anywhere,
depends on what it
anywhere in
is.
your home?
Anywhere in my home, generally not, but most things I'm getting are like, if I was getting like jewelry, like estate jewelry or something like that from the Goodwill, I'd probably cleanse it.
Okay.
But in general, I just go in with an intention of this is going to be fine and hope everything else works itself out. I know a lot of people are very serious about the cleansing aspect. And I know you're one of those people. I tend to be more lax on it.
I'm okay. I guess you could compare it to being like and I hope I don't offend anybody, a germaphobe, except with energy. So
That makes sense.
I tend to I even have, protection sigils on my, and I probably said that wrong, on my garage door for when, and I'm not
Mhm.
trying to offend people coming into my home. I'm just protecting my
The energy, but that's totally valid. I think for me, I tend to keep my space cleansed with sage and incense on a regular basis. So when it comes through my door, I don't really seem to feel like I want to take the time to cleanse it individually, if that
Oh,
makes
okay.
sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Like
makes
I'm
sense.
already cleansed enough, I feel. Nothing
Well,
interesting happens here. We're safe.
for me, it just depends. If I'm bringing something home from the Goodwill, I do tend to cleanse it.
Especially if
Not
I know somebody owned it
everything.
before.
But if I bring something into my house like that from my altar or nothing from nature, I don't do. But if
Mhm.
and then things start happening and I haven't cleansed it, that yeah, then it tends to really bother me. And it yeah.
And this right here, again, is one of those things where everybody's practice is so different.
Right.
There's going to be people that watch this that are going to get so mad at me for not cleansing anything. But like, I do the full moon charging of the crystals and I'll do a new moon cleansing of my crystals, anything that I'm working with. I sage my house regularly. I'm always burning incense and just that clarity of mind. I try to keep at least once a day, like journaling or something where I'm just clearing my space and clearing
Right.
my energy.
Right.
So I'm not quite as
Well,
diligent about cleansing everything.
and that just again goes to show that everybody do what you feel you need to do. There is to me,
Yep.
there is no right or wrong, and I will repeat that in probably every episode.
Yep. We will always tell you that. And it's the same thing as what we're going to tell you again is you don't have to go out and buy any of this stuff.
No, you don't.
You could take an old chair that you don't sit anymore and put a cloth on it and grab some pine cones from outside and light a candle. You got an altar. Like
Right.
it's all about the intention behind what you're doing, not about
Right.
the actual tools.
And my altar is an old table that my husband redid, painted purple, epoxy. He did the
So
whole thing.
cute.
So for me, that's very special. But
Mhm.
again, whatever, like you said, whatever speaks to you.
Yep, exactly. And so I think As you go into this week, if you're looking at maybe setting up your own altar, like really sit down with yourself and your intentions, your intuition. What do you want to accomplish when you sit down
Yes,
at your altar?
yes.
Is this place for you where you've only got 2 minutes a day and all you got is time to light a candle and say
Light
a
a
quick
candle.
intention for the day?
That's right.
That's all you need. But
That's
if
all
you
you
want to
need.
really dive heavy into your practice and load it up with all your tarot cards and empty journals and 20 candles,
Sure.
go for it.
We're collecting journals, but we need to wrap.
Yes, we do. So happy to get to do this on a Tuesday. I feel like the energy is different. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I think by Friday the week's been a long week, and you just,
It's a little bit more chaotic energy on Friday. I don't know what that is.
it really is.
Maybe we'll start doing them on Tuesdays. Who
That would
knows?
be nice. We could start that around.
But we are also still in planning. We have a bunch more really cool episode topics for you. So if you like this one, you're on YouTube, please give us a like, give us a share, give us a comment. We'd love to hear some feedback. What do you guys do with your altars? And, what's
Yeah, that'd
special
be
to
nice.
you? I love it. I know some people are a little bit weary about taking pictures, and some people think it's a big no-no. Again, whatever you want to do, whatever you're comfortable with, go for it.
Whatever, just do you.
You do you, boo.
Right. Okay.
And with that being said, I will raise my glass, my Tuesday beer. Cheers.
Cheers.
And keep your magic flowing. Bye. The candles are dimming and our circle closes for now. Thanks for sharing your time with Bottles and Broomsticks. Follow or subscribe so you don't miss our next gathering, and leave a few words to share your thoughts. Until next time, keep your magic flowing.